Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. This week, I would like to hide my anime DVDs in a cool way. The goal in this room specifically is dark academia, and I just don't think they're given that. Do you see what I mean? They are not dark academia, even in the little bit slightest. Thoughts. Box. I'm thinking a long box that goes all the way across, encases all of them, and then hinges at the front so that it can lift up from the bottom. Now, a plain box on its own is not very dark academia. It would just look a bit like a box. I thought of a fake book front, like old Grimoire style. I found a really cool artist on Etsy. She gave me permission to be able to take inspiration from her artwork, which was really, really lovely of her. Because I thought her designs were beautiful, and I thought that kind of style would look really, really good in this bookcase. Attack on Titan will probably have 2 grimoires. I'll make those 2 with some Attack on Titan design on the front. Same again for like the fairy tale and so on and so forth. We're going to give a box joint a go. First time trying it, could go terribly right, I fear. I have endless enthusiasm and a will to succeed. Okay, let's start with measuring. Let's do this. About 32. Write that down very quickly because it will leave my brain forever. Let's measure again just in case. Yeah, 32 seems fine. How tall is a book? I just remembered books are taller than DVDs, aren't they? If I make it too short, like DVD size, it could look silly and wouldn't look like books, would it? Dilemma number 1, and we only just started. I'm going to go with 24.5. Now I need the width up to there. 17.5 centimetres. I don't know what the back of my hair is saying. Hopefully good things. Okay, a pencil, and I need my measurements and a ruler. 81.2 centimetre ruler. No, measuring tape. 81.28 centimetres. There. Okay, now it's width, isn't it? 24.5. Okay, gosh, I hope I'm going to have enough for this. Wait, am I? Oh. I might need to go to the shops and get more. Dilemma number 2. My goodness, we've barely begun. First, let's just cut out what we've got. 24.5, you are there. Cool. I definitely don't think I'm going to have enough plywood. I've just phoned my sister and asked her if she could take me to the shop to get some more. And she said, yeah. I'm going to start cutting this one out and then hopefully grab the next bit. I hope this isn't going to chip the wood. It's the only saw I've got. We're basic up in here. Sorry, neighbour. I'm a little worried I'm going to be upsetting someone. That's why. Okay, cool. A minor mess up. Cut through the table underneath a little bit. That's all right. What would be the best way? Maybe this way. Maybe not. It's a bit awkward, but you'll have to do. Stay on course, Lizzie. We're getting there slowly. It is working. Maybe I could upgrade to power tools eventually. All right, thank you. Love you. Love you, bye. Yes! Sister's a legend. Gonna go get some more plywood. More wood acquired. Hey, Violet. Got a good job coffee too. Can you see, or am I just in the way? Cool. Got one bit. Now we need another one of them. Okie dokie. Next one. Oh, actually, shall I hold it up against it and have a little look? Let's see. Nice. Ta-da! Yeah, we've got another one. So that's the 2 sides. Now the bottom, won't it? Yeah, just want to double check those measurements. I wrote down 17.5. I think 17.5 will do because then I've got to do the clay fronts, which will also add some bulk. And then they will come out to about here, which looks much more book-like. 17.5. Ta-da! I knew it was a good idea not going gym today. I'm sweating. Sides. It's literally yay high by yay wide, isn't it? Now we need 2 of these, and then that's everything cut out. Ooh. Yay! Last one. All done. So we have our 2 sides, top and bottom, and then we have our 2 ends. And now it's time for us to attempt a box joint. I'm trying not to think about it too much because I just don't want to overcomplicate it. But I haven't looked up a single tutorial yet. I've just seen a picture of them. Little teeth, aren't they, on the edge? And they just slot together like a puzzle piece. I thought I could bring you with me whilst I look up tutorials. How to do a box joint. Stumpy Nubs, James Hamilton. Hi, James.
Don't a couple scraps.
Yes.
Now you probably have all the materials you need for this and you've scrapped in right.
How to make box joint with a Dremel. You can't mix a box joint if you don't have a box joint jig. Oh dear. Oh no. Apparently you can't do a box joint without a jig. I think they're running on professional logic. I'm running on Lizzie logic. And I just think I can do it. It won't be perfect, but I think it would maybe work. Why would it not work? I'm going to test a bit. Okay, now we take our Dremel. I mean, it's a little rough, but it worked. I knew I could do it. It's not perfect, but the box isn't actually going to be left like wood. When I join them up, I'm going to shove a butt ton of liquid no-nails in there. And then hopefully that will fill in a bunch of the gaps. And then if there is still any gaps left over once it's dried, I'll just go in with filler. So hopefully it stays really sturdy. Now let's do the big bits. All right, let's figure out which ones go where. You're probably going to be the front, aren't you? Which is just a hinge. So you can go to the side. This is the back. This will be the roof. And this will be the bottom. And then them 2 will be the sides. We'll start with the back and the top, shall we? So you will go like that. Like so. Right, Violet. This is fun. Decided, and by we I mean me and you, decided her name is now Velcro Violet. Because where are you always, at all times, everywhere? With Mama. She says, hello, pay me attention 24/7. Oh, you're editing? Not anymore, let me stand on that keyboard. She now has a bed on my desk because she just can't leave me alone, can you? Okay, but for reals, I do need to get on with this. Thanks, babe. Back to box joint. I'll make them 1/2 centimetre depth by 1 centimetre wide. Violet. Good day. Today we're making the fake books for the front of the bookcase. Are you hyped? Because I think my drawing has really come a long way from doing this. I'm quite proud. Here is my design. Let me show you properly on screen. Ta-da! Not bad, huh? Accidental shading side quest unlocked. Completed. First thing I'm going to do is measure and mark out where each book is going to go. And then we can move on to the clay. Exciting! Oh, I saw a cool Fimo tutorial. So apparently if you take baking foil and you scrunch it up, you can then press it onto Fimo and it makes leather. Well, it doesn't actually make leather, but it makes the leather indentation, like the leather pattern. And that to me is like probably one of the most exciting things that's gonna happen to me this week. So yeah, Now, how far do we want these things apart? I want to say I made the second one bigger. I'll mark them out with pencil first. And then I want to say you are smaller. Or did I make the second one bigger? Okay, grab you out. Join you up. No, it's you. You're a big boy, aren't you? Okay. Oh, do you know what? I can make these all way bigger. Okay. Because... Sorry, I was going to film that, but I needed to concentrate. I don't know, it's like having someone in the room just kind of staring at you. I've got all 15 books marked out. Let me show you up close. It's the next day. My brain was MIA, offline, couldn't reboot her. Much more optimistic that we can actually do it today. Never sculpted a book before, a little bit nervous. I had much more faith in my ability to do a box joint than I do in my ability to sculpt a square book. But it should go well, I hope. We'll just start. I might build confidence as we go. I want to show you this latte I just made. Oh, do you want a sip? Indirect kiss. I've got the base of the first book and I just realised I think I started with the hardest book. What a donut. Okay. This is fine, everything's fine. Let me just wash this. Got my tin foil, aluminum foil, as my Americans say. So we just scrunch it, I think, and then press you in. Ooh. Okay. I mean, it does certainly look oldie. I mean, I guess. I think this is a trust the process situation. Okay, I'm just gonna build up some more details because as it stands right now, I don't know. I would like to introduce to you the new equipment on this channel, the overhead tripod. Will you see overhead shots? Sure. Will they mostly be focused on the top of my head? 100%. This was a trial period. Got these. For when we're gluing our box together, it's to make it straight, hopefully. Okay, where the heck do we begin? So, what now? That is the dodgiest box joint I've ever seen. I don't even think it joins. It's okay, it can float a little bit. Because I have a solution. I've got wood from when I was doing my media wall. Is the top of my head being chopped off? Hold on. Let me adjust you, bestie. Point you up a little bit. What was I saying? I have a solution. Yes, I do. I've still got wooden trims for when I was doing that wall over there. Once I've got them kind of in place, semi-glued, I can then kind of cut down some strips that I can glue on the inside, and hopefully it'll give it some extra support for these shocking joints. It's okay, we live and we learn, don't we, you guys? How the heck do you work? Like this, I think. And then I can put one on top. Yes, okay. We're cooking on gas, I get it. This is totally working. Is it just me or is it really hot in here? Or is this a workout for some reason? I don't think it is. And you clamp on that. And then I can just kind of tape you shut, can't I? And now, let me open the door, it's bloody warm. Will this be the straightest box you've ever seen? Doubt it. I don't mind. Yeah. We sure do have a box. I'm gonna tape him and then we'll shove glue in there. Can you see what I'm doing? Do you think I should go along the outside as well? Just in case. This can sit for a few hours, and once it's set, we can then put the ends on. Let's glue our book fronts on. This is the big My Hero Academia book. I drew him quite chunky, and he's meant to be the biggest on the board, so I definitely want him to come out a bit further like that. So I'll put him to the side a second. That's better. Just in case, throw something heavy on it, stay. I'm going to remove the clamps and hopefully our box doesn't betray us. We have a book. Oh. Okay, now which side do you go on? Oh God, please line up. Oh no, what's going on? All right, crosses averted. Okay. That was almost a disaster. Oh my God, it bloody worked. Oh, hell yeah. Go, Lizzie. Go. You. Go, team. Okay, next side, please. Work, don't be mean. Be cool. Yes. Oh my gosh, we flipping made a box. We made a box. Right, put this on. Oof, that is really floating there. Cool. Cool. Oh, don't want you pushing that way. What? Dude, no. All right, we're not gonna do you up. You're having the opposite effect. Probably means it's not very straight. Look straight to me. Wait, stop doing that. Tape. Tell you what, my 45-degree angles ain't no joke. This box has been made of hopes, prayers, dreams, and liquid no-nails. Nothing more, nothing less. Look at this growth. No longer afraid of flipping 45-degree angles. Bossing them, freestyling. Okay, that one's a bit of a mess. But the rest of them turned out good. That's a sturdy box, I'd say. Although, I don't know how well that's gonna hold that heavy bloody lid flap thing, because that is heavy. Oh. I can figure this out. I've got some MDF. If this can build a bloody media wall, this can hold up my box. So I'm gonna somehow make, I guess, scaffolding out of this and put it inside the box so that it's nice and secure, I think. I know what I'm talking about. I'll chop some of this down and I'll show you. This is how our box is looking today. So all around here is nice and supported. So now it can actually hold the books. I once bought a desk from IKEA and it was really long and it needed a leg in the middle. So he has a leg. I think we can take this off now. Fingers crossed it doesn't fall apart. Yes, 100%. This is how it's looking on the inside. This is the MDF, it sits to there. And then also today we're gonna start painting these. We'll actually paint those very soon. It's far too loud for a Sunday afternoon. Carrying on from the noisy Dremel, I'm just sawing down those edges so that they're nice and flat. After that, I'm giving it a sand so it's smooth. And then I'm filling in some of the gaps. Once it's dry the next day, I'm sanding down that filler. And then I'm sticking on some legs. After that, I'm sealing in the filler with some primer. And then I'm just painting the whole thing black. Gosh, I have to say this is intimidating the heck out of me. I don't know where to begin. I think I might start with black and fill in between the gaps and the background. Does Vimo need priming? Should I prime it? So I think I actually only need to prime the air dry clay because it's quite porous and the rest are fine. Starting with the books. For the base of each book, I'm just giving each individual book a solid base colour. And then mixing a little bit of black in with their original base colour, I'm just adding some shading around the edges. And then in the middles, I'm adding some highlights and a really dark, I think black, to go in at the very inner corners. I'm doing the same for the blue. And finally, I gave the blue book a little bit of a black wash so that he's a little bit moodier. I'm doing the same process of the shading and the highlighting and then going in with the black into the crevices. And I decided that these books were a little bit dark, so I warmed them up a bit. Doing that process all over again. I'm just doing the same process throughout all the books. To achieve that dully greyed out look, I just blotted on some grey and then blended it right out. And then I'm going over with some black and stippling that. Oh, and a very special shout out to Leslie Harris 525 for recommending a stippling brush to me on my last video in the comments. It has changed my life. Thank you, Leslie. I will be stippling everything from here on forward with my proper stippling brushes. Oh, this one was pretty, wasn't it? This is the Blue Exorcist book. That blue, oh, it was mwah, chef's kiss. Oh, this is the next day, and I decided that I needed to warm up all my brown books because they were just looking a little flat, a little dark. I'm doing the same again for the One Piece book. And then I'm finishing off the gem on the Full Metal Alchemist book. For the details on each book, I decided to whip out my Cricut for this one. I wanted the details to be as perfect as possible for these books to look realistic, and so I thought I would use my Cricut and make my own stencils for the books. I'm just laying the stencils on each book, stippling and then peeling off each one individually. You can't see it because my overhead needs work, but I hand painted on the lines on the One for All book. I do the same again here, hand painting some squiggly lines. These ones turn out great. I love this book. I didn't keep the big feather. I didn't like him. I thought he was ruining the vibe. So I did go over him and scribbled him out. He's gone. Much better. And then I'm just hand painting some final details. And now I'm just weathering them a little bit. I was scared for this part because I thought I was going to ruin all my hard work, but I think it was fine. And then finally, we're sealing them up. And we were done. Oh, the painting is done. Oh, thank goodness. That took a minute, but it was so worth it. I mean, how awesome has this turned out? Now we're going to put this thing together. Hopefully everything works and goes as planned. Please don't fail at this last bit. Oh, I can't wait to see it all together. Okay, let's start with the door. Oh no. Do I put the hinge on top or do I put the hinge underneath? Dilemma. I need to use my brain. Dang it, I thought this was gonna be easy. Fine, let me sit down and have a think. Inside, do we? Should I have done this before I painted? And then you could go like that. That would be the easiest method, to be honest. Maybe I am after some ease today. Okay, don't judge me. I'm putting the hinges on the top. I know they're on the outside and it might look ugly to some people, but I don't care. Just behave. Well, we sure do open. That's a good thing, but why is it getting stuck? These can be taller. That's fine, we can fix that. The solution. I've just wood glued these legs on so that this isn't sitting on the floor now and kind of tipping it backwards. Once the glue is a bit more dry, I'll paint them black and then we can finally put this thing on the shelf and move on to the reveal. I've not seen it on the shelf either yet, so it's a first for both of us. Gonna wait for that to dry and then hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do the reveal. Oh God, please just go in, okay? Okay. Okay. Yes. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, no. Okay, how do we fix this? I could put some screws in there, couldn't I? Good thinking, Lizzie. Yes, hold it. Good job, Mr. Candle Holder. Is this cheating? Probably. But it's the first box I've ever made. I'll do better next time. He's kind of floating. He's supposed to look like books resting, and he doesn't look like that at all. Maybe if I take the door off, I can put the hinges underneath and that will drop it down a bit. Let me try. Let's try this again. Why are you wonky? But we are getting there. Need this guy to go up. Why is it so hard to hang a door? Is this normal? Okay. How many times is this now? Let's try it again. Why is nothing ever easy? Probably because it's my fault, basically. Right, okay. Let me grab some cardboard. That will do. Who's gonna know? Except us. Let's put some DVDs in here. Who else? Jujutsu Kaisen. Fruits basket. And go Stray Dogs. Ta-da! Concealed. Now let me give you the final look. Gosh, this one took a minute. Thank you so much for those who are subscribed, for your patience with this video. I know it's been a bit longer than 2 weeks. I originally started this project with a rough idea of what I wanted to do. I didn't expect to go this hard, honestly, but I'm really glad I did, because how cool does that look? It just looks like I've got my own alchemy study, doesn't it? And it's in my living room, which is wicked. This was my first time making something like this, so I know it's not perfect. I try and learn with each project, and hopefully the next time I tackle something like this, I'll do a bit of a better job. But for me, it works, and I'm really proud of this one. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below which design was your favourite. Which one would be my favourite, actually? Oh, I think the fruits basket one is my personal favourite. Let me know which one yours is. Another shout out to Whimsywell Prints on Etsy. She was my aesthetic inspiration for this project. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you feel like sticking around, please consider subscribing. I will be posting the next video in 2 weeks. I know this one did take longer, but that's because I was locked in on that guy. We were doing details, man. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. See you later.